Dr. Dwain Woode. And actually, let me do one thing here really quickly. There we go. So you should be able to hear me a little bit better now. Hey. Glad that you are here. And glad that you are hanging out with us as we continue in another fast, another week of fasting, another week of enjoying health and improving our metabolism. So glad that you're here. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health in your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living, that's right, we're living limitless lives. Whatever platform you're joining us from, whether that's Instagram or Twitch or TikTok, of course, on Facebook, LinkedIn, and here on YouTube. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with us. I see some of our community members already jumping in. So just jump in there, put where you're joining me from, around the country, around the world. Even we've got some folks from New Zealand, South Korea. We got some folks up in London. And I'm just so excited that I get a chance to come and hang out with you and be a part of your team, be a part of helping you to improve your metabolism and improve your health. Lots of good things going on as we move through the next several weeks. One of the things that's going on right now is that we've just launched our Blueprint series. So if you've not seen that yet, go ahead and make sure that you hop in there. And we had our first show of the new series on Monday. And you want to make sure that you get in there and that you pay attention to that. I'm not gonna play the well. I was gonna say I was not gonna play the whole thing, but that's okay. Go ahead and watch that if you've not already done so. Make sure you get to the YouTube channel. Those two playlists that you're there, and people have been asking me about this. When you get to the YouTube channel, on the front of that, on that main page, there are two playlists. One is called Start Here, Reversing Diabetes and Reclaiming Your Health. That's the first one. And that is if you are new to us, if you want to refresh, if you want to know what the path is that we're on, what are the concepts that we talk about, what are the pillars of our conversations, that Start Here playlist will walk you through that process. And if you go to the description, click on that, there's a link that you'll see there that will take you to a PDF that you can download that's for free that helps to walk you through that process as well. Okay, so make sure you get there. It's a great way to get a jump start, a great way to begin working and getting yourself ready for what you want to do as you move into the future, as you improve your health. The second playlist that you'll see is one that's called This Week's Videos. And this week's videos are all the videos that we've done for this week. So if you want to know, what are we talking about this week? What are the topics for this week? What's the conversation we're having for this week? That's where you want to go, this week's videos. This video that you're watching right now will show up in that list. Of course, if you go there tomorrow, or sorry, if you go there next week, or you're watching this in the future, it won't be in this week's videos anymore. It'll be from whatever this week is. Okay, so you want to make sure that you catch that. Of course, we update that on a weekly basis so you can see the things that are going on on the channel. One of the things that I'm excited about is the fact that we've launched our Move series. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at that promo right now. This is designed to help you get to a space. A lot of times we don't exercise, we don't move, and a big part of our health action plan is movement. Okay, so it is, what is your non-negotiable for movement? Let's go ahead and let's take a look at that right now. All right, all right. So I'm very excited about that series, and this now houses all of our all of the movement aspects of the health action plan. Remember, there are 7 pillars that we've walked through, and we've kind of condensed those and given you a thumbnail version, a shortcut, if you will. What is your food non-negotiable? What is your movement non-negotiable? And what is your mindset non-negotiable? And the Move campaign, the Move series, is a place that encompasses the activity, those physical things that we're doing to improve our health. Okay? All right. So if you've been fasting with me, today is your end of your fasting for the last 24 hours. Go ahead and put today in your, or put yesterday, put yesterday in the comments, because I want to see who's been there fasting with me. If this is the end of your fasting day, you've been fasting, you joined us yesterday. This is now 24 hours, by the way, is where we are. Go ahead and put yesterday in the comments, because we want to make sure that we say hello and give you some props for that. All right, let's go ahead and let's say hello to some of our community members. I see some of you out there. I'm going to say hi. I see Cornelia. Cornelia says, hey. Hey, Dr. Wood and LLG. And then Cornelia says that she's in Ohio. Okay, so let's say Cornelia says Ohio. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with us here in this space as we continue to improve our health and do the things we need to do to get our metabolism righted. So one of the things that that you guys saw, and let me go ahead, I'm gonna move by the camera for just a minute. And I've been talking about our, so this is our little, well, not little, our plant that we've been kind of hanging out with and taking care of. And good shout out and props to one of our members here in the office that's been helping to take care of that. And one of the things that you hear me say is, just like we are taking care of that plant, right? We're giving sunshine, we're giving water, and let's see, it this is all, well, by the time where it needs a little bit more water, we have to take care of a few things in our bodies and in our lives as well. The 2 most valuable things we own are our time and our health. Time and our health. And are we doing a great job or a good job of taking care of our time, or managing our time, and then taking care of our health? And that's what fasting is designed to do. It is one of the things that you can do in your life on a daily basis or weekly basis to right your metabolism. Fasting, a fascinating way to get those things corrected and to be able to do what you need to do to be successful. So it is not, and we'll talk more about this tonight and as we get through the rest of the week. It is not a punishment. It is a tool that you are using. And so we use fasting on a weekly basis to help right that. And I, right now, along with some of you, are 24 hours into this week's fast. We'll do our check-in this evening at 33 hours. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll be back at 48 hours, then 56 hours, and so forth as we get into the rest of the week. So I want to make sure that you are plugged in. Right, so everything that we have on the channel, everything that we're doing is designed to give you a space where you can jump in and begin working on those things in your lives that you need to address so that you can be successful. Our blueprint series that we're doing right now is designed to help you maintain that. Right? So first, let's find out what we need to do. Let's go ahead and begin implementing it, and then let's now figure out how we're going to maintain that. As we are fasting, there are a couple of things that I want to talk about, and the first one is those things that will conspire to push us off of our fast, and that's given by our HEAT model: our habits, emotions, access, and taste. So remember, these are the things that are our triggers. These are the things that push our buttons. We eat because, other than when we're hungry, we eat because there are habits that we formed. There are behaviors that we have developed. You know, we go to the movies and we eat because that's what you do when you go to the movies, after all, right? We eat because there are emotions that are involved. We eat because, we're angry, we're frustrated. We eat because of access. So there are things just around us. And so we are eating because of those. We eat also because of taste. We remember what that thing tasted like, what that thing that mama made or daddy made, or the thing that we had when we were growing up. And so when we are in the fast, if we're not careful, those are some of the things that will push us off of our fast as well. And so understanding ourselves, understanding who we are, understanding how we work, and the things that are part of our makeup that can push us away from what we're doing, that's very important as well. Okay, so make sure that you're taking time and that you're understanding those. And then for those of you who are not currently fasting, remember balanced bites. Balanced bites is the way that we think about our food. And balanced bite says that there are some ways of thinking about food that we want to make sure that we are involved in, that we are not this is not a diet. This is not a meal plan. This is not oh, let me give you a list of things, but they are, there's a list of ways of thinking about food. So whole foods first, minimize processed foods, no added sugar, lean protein, healthy fats, starchy and non-starchy vegetables, leaning more towards the non-starchy, tasty and flavorful, and then portion controlled. So these are ways that we want to be thinking about food. And this is not just, hey, I'm about to fast, and so let me eat this way, or I'm finishing my fast, let me eat this way. It is the way we think about food in general. Okay, so make sure that you are paying attention to those. Those are all things that will come up in the fast. So we want to make sure that you are not um, that you are not setting yourself up for challenges because you don't understand. We'll talk more about these as we continue. So Cornelia says, wow, that plant is really growing. Good job, Team Wood. That's right. So they're doing a good job of taking care of that. And then Bowie says, hi. Hey, Bowie, thank you for coming through. And then Cornelia saying hi to Bowie. Now, one of the things that we are working on is to tie all the things that we do, okay? So we've walked through several series, we've walked through several concepts. And so now the question is, where do you plug in? And so we've got our show on Monday, which is our flagship, which leads the rest of the week. That's where we're introducing the topics that we are discussing for that week. We are walking through the series as the primary driver there. We've got our pop-ups, which is right here, right now, which is what I'm doing as we begin getting into our fast. We've got our check-ins, so you can see what the data looks like as we are moving through the week. We've got our move campaign, which is the place you can get to plug in to our movement part of the health action plan. So all throughout the week, there are places where you get to jump in and you get to plug in with the space or the thing that you're doing at the time, right? So it's designed to allow you to walk through every aspect of the health action plan so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to wonder, where do I go? How do I get started? Right? So all of these, the shows, the series, the things that we're doing are designed for that. And as you know, my concept, my teaching is based on the Triple E formula for success. We educate, we empower, and we encourage. We educate with the shows. We empower with the tools, and we encourage with the community that you're part of. And let me go ahead and pop this one up. And so this is the Triple E formula for success. We educate, we empower, and we encourage. And so as you are coming to the channel, as you're going to the website, as you're looking to see, hey, what is Dr. Wood doing? What's the Limitless Living Gang doing? What is the team doing? All of it is designed to put you through these concepts to help you to understand, first of all, how your body works, how food works, how the environment works, all the things that can affect your metabolism, and then give you tools that you're able to then implement the things that we're learning, and then to provide a place of encouragement so that you can implement those, so that you can continue moving into the future in success. And that is what we are all about. And as we talk here about fasting, we're not a fasting community. We're a community that fasts. Okay. So we're a community that's all about long health. We're a community that's all about keeping you alive as long as possible and as healthy as possible. And we use fasting as a tool in that process. Okay. So I know there's a little distinction there, but I want to make sure that I say that we are a community that is interested in how do we keep you alive as long as possible and how do we keep you as healthy as possible so you can do all those things that you say you want to do, all the things that you've been planning to do, like, raise your grandchildren or hang out with your grandchildren, or go on those vacations that you guys have been saving up for, or use that money that you put so much time into saving. Right? You want to see your daughter go down the aisle. You want to see your son take his place in whatever career he's going into. You want to see your grandchildren and have them come and play. You want to go to their ball games. You want to watch them fish, and you want to watch them pick up some of the hobbies that you have enjoyed over the years. That is the reason why we do what we do. So I want you to step beyond that number that you're looking at, that weight scale, the A1C. All of those are markers, but the goal is how do we keep you alive as long as possible and keep you as healthy as possible. And on the way to that, we lose weight. On the way to that, we get better blood sugars. On the way to that, we get better health and all those things. Okay? So I want you to plug in, and I want you to embrace that, because that is what ultimately gives you the power to get to where you need to be so that you can be as successful as possible. So remember, there are some triggers, some things that are going to try to pull you away from fasting. You want to make sure that you understand what those are in your life. You want to understand how you eat when you're not fasting, and even around fasting. What's the concepts that you need to be understanding? And then you want to make sure that you are moving, right? So that's our move campaign. Pay attention. You'll see some things coming out in a little while about our mindset, right? So mindset mastery, rest and recovery, strategy and planning, right? So we've got the move campaign that's going on right now. We've got, of course, the fasting that we're doing, the shows that we're doing, and so we want to provide a place for every aspect of the health action plan, so that you, as we talk about blueprints, as we talk about that thing, if we follow the blueprint, we end up getting what we thought we were going to get, right? So that's the whole concept of a blueprint. It provides the way of doing things so that you end up with the product that you are expecting. And so always excited when I get a chance to hang out with you. Always excited when I get to be here, right? So we're going to be coming back tonight at 9 p.m. Central as we do our fasting check-in at 33 hours. Tomorrow we'll be back here as we do our pop-up live at 48 hours. And then tomorrow night at 56 hours, we do our check-in. And then on Friday, if you come on back, or when you come on back, you get to see me do the last or first meal. You get to see me eat the first meal after 72 hours at the end of this fast that we're on. And we'll talk about how to prepare for a fast, how to get through a fast successfully, and then, of course, how to break the fast. And then we've got video from the vault on Saturday night at 9, This Week in Review, Sunday morning, 6 a.m. And then we'll be right back here for Dwain Woode MD Live on Monday, 7 p.m. Central, as we continue our thought and continue our journey on blueprints. How do we maintain and how do we sustain the things that we have done and the goals and benefits that we've already seen? Hey, thank you. Thank you for being here. If you are fasting, I told you, put yesterday. But if you are starting today, if you want to start today, if you're starting today, say me. Put it in the comments. Say me. All right. So I'm fasting and I'm continuing down the path of the next 48 hours as I get to 72 hours. But if you're starting your fast today, go ahead and put me. If you did yesterday, put yesterday. And I look forward to those of you who are coming in who are going to start tomorrow. This is a great time to jump in. If you've been kind of thinking about it, you're not quite sure, this is the place you want to be. This is the community you want to be in, because we support each other as we move through this space. As always, I say, this is Dr. Dwain Woode. I The E stands for endocrinology. I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. Let's go ahead. We'll take a look at that promo for Move one more time, and then we'll be out of here. All right, everybody, have a great one.